My dear children, hope you all are fit and fine. Let's cover remaining topics of the French Revolution in today's class. In 18th century, the majority of men and women could not read or write. So images and symbols were frequently used instead of printed words or communicating ideas. The broken chain stands for act of becoming free. The bundle of rod speaks strength lies in unity. The eye within the triangle radiating light stands for knowledge. Snake biting its tail to form a ring, symbol of eternity, which means period of time never seems to be end. Blue, white, red, symbol of the national color of France. The winged woman personifies the law. The law tablet symbolizes the law is same for all and all are equal before it. In year 1792, France became totally republic and ended up monarchism. And several other parties also established in year 1792 in France because people wanted to discuss the matter of government's ruling over there. Now, one of them, the political party which was very popular was Jacobins Club. Let us see who were the members in the Jacobin clubs. They included small shopkeepers, artisans such as shoemakers, pastry cooks, watchmakers, printers, as well as servants and daily wages workers. Their leader was Maximilien Robespierre. A large group among the Jacobins decided to start wearing long strip trousers similar to those worn by the dockyard workers. Since from beginning, women were active participants in French Revolution. They used to work in the field, work as domestic servants in the houses of prosperous people. Most of the women did not have access to the education or job training. Only women of the noble and the richer third estate could study at convent. Women, those who used to work in the factories as labor, had low wages and very bad condition. So, in order to discuss their interest of women, started their own political clubs and newspapers. These political clubs demanded to enjoy some political rights, that is, right to vote, also right to get equal wages. Some other changes brought by women clubs were schooling was made compulsory for all the girls and divorce was made legal applied for both men and women. Job trainings must be provided to the working women. During Reign of Terror 1793 to 94, all women clubs were banned by Jacobin Club. But finally in year 1946 they got right to vote. On 10th August 1792, the people of Jacobin Club they attacked on the palace of King Louis XVI and they arrested him. On 21st September 1792, they declared themselves as a complete republic. Hence, from 1792, we can say the complete end up of monarchism in France took place. Now, what happened in year 1793? King Louis XVI was killed publicly by the order of court under the Criminal Act to harm the countrymen. Now, who became the ruler of France? It is the question. So, only Maximilien Robespierre and its club was highlighted that time very much among third estate people. So, Maximilien Robespierre started ruling in France since after that. He was a very cruel ruler, or you may say dictator. The person whosoever do not used to follow his policy, he used to give them severe punishment. He started using a kind of punishable machine that is called as guillotine device. What is guillotine device? Guillotine device had two poles with a blade in which a culprit or a criminal person used to be hung over or beheaded. And who were these people? People those who don't follow his policy. Sometimes he used to don't consider those people who belongs to his club as well. So after some time his own club people started hating him, and finally in year 1794 he too was being guillotined from that same device. Hence, time period from 1793 to 94 is called as Reign of Terror. Let us see some important changes brought by Robespierre. Meat and breads were rationed. Now peasants can sell their and transport their food grains at fixed price by government. Churches were shut down and converted into the offices and barracks. He removed the word like sir and madam to bring the concept of equality in the form of address and speech. He introduced the word citizen of all the French men and women. One of the most revolutionary social reform of the Jacobin Club was abolition of slavery in the French colonies. America and Mexico had many French colonies like San Domingo, Guadeloupe, Martinique, and these colonies were very popular in growing sugarcane, coffee, indigo, and tobacco. They require large number of human labor. To recover shortage of labor from Africa, slaves were used to be bought in ships. Ports like Bordeaux and Nantes flourished for the slave trade. This process was followed under triangular slave trade. Now in 18th century, this practice of slavery was highly criticized in France in National Assembly. In 1794, Convention passed an order to release slaves, but after 10 years under Napoleon's dictatorship, it was practiced again. Finally, in year 1848, slavery was completely abolished in French colonies. French society under monarchies never enjoyed right to freedom and right to equality. For example, publishing of any book or expressing any opinion in the newspaper were followed by censorship, where before publishing they need to take approval of authorities of King Louis XVI so that they can check out whether anybody is criticizing or not in their opinion about King Louis XVI. But after Bastille attack, we can see all their rights were given back. After getting freedom of speech and right, philosophers and writers started spreading the idea of liberty and equality. So children, this was the grand gift of revolution that everyday life of people changed now. After end of Jacobin government in year 1794, new people got the opportunity. And who were these new people? These were the rich middle class from third estate people, and they got opportunity to establish the government, where they decided that they need to include 6 directive members along with 2 legislative councils. These members were further added in that present government so that the monitoring of government can be done carefully. But after some time, what happened? These two groups started clashing. It means that a kind of political instability arose in between the government. In year 1804, Napoleon Bonaparte crowned himself as a king of France and he started ruling. The way of ruling was very fantastic. He first of all started winning the neighboring places or the countries of France, where after conquering all those places, he used to made his own relatives or kingmen as the ruler of that area so that his strength can be maintained. So this was his wonderful strategy of ruling. Napoleon saw his role as a modernizer of Europe. He introduced many laws such as protection of private property and a uniform system of weights and measure provided by decimal system. Napoleon was a liberator who could bring the freedom for the people. Napoleonic army came to be viewed everywhere in invading force. He was finally defeated at Waterloo in year 1815. After getting defeat in the Battle of Waterloo, Napoleon decided to leave France and spend his rest of the life in an isolate island named Helena.